Robin.
From
Maury
Povich.
Oh,
it's been one of my all-time
Anthony
favorites. Maury Povich.
Oh, Anthony.
I love the show.
You're back.
Yes.
Jimmy is here. You
Who
got
would've
everybody here except Paul and Denise. Where are they?
The gang's all here. Yeah, right?
How do you
I'm
know
running
Paul?
down the highway from Baltimore to New York the other day, and I'm hearing the worst of Opie and Anthony.
No.
And I'm hearing about Paul and Denise.
Yeah, they're goers.
You want them on a Maury show? We can set that up.
They qualify.
They would fit perfectly, man.
You know, we should get a little partnership
Now, which one could we do them on? The cheating show, although she says she's absolutely devoted to this guy, right?
I think it's things maybe that you've done when you're drunk that you regret and your husband now has to live with. What would that cover? Because to fill everyone in, she went to the bathroom at some event.
Yeah.
Was pinned against the wall by some celebrity, some soap star out there.
Oh, yeah, some British soap star.
Some British soap star.
Black gentleman.
Who a black guy. She drops to her knees and gives the guy head. And the husband finds out about this, and is he fine with it?
He's got to be. Yeah, he was
fine
with it. Yeah, she came back down and joined the party.
People that should be killed, euthanized. There's got to be a subject for Maury's show on that one.
I mean, we've had people on. In fact, today I'm taping a show in which a woman is trying to find out the father of her baby.
Of course,
And,
I love those Maurys.
But the deal is that there was a party one night, and there were a lot of guys.
Oh my God, she got a gangbang,
So
as they
she's
call it.
already brought on 6 of them at the party.
Oh my God!
Today she's bringing the 7th.
7th guy, and they're
And
all
her
having.
husband has forgiven her.
Wow.
I just can't believe this stuff.
Is she hot, Maury?
As I remember, she's okay.
Yeah. I was wondering why
They're all okay.
Yeah. All right, I get ya. Now, are they giving DNA tests?
Of course.
And that's what it is?
Oh, yeah.
And I guess the first 6 have passed, or are you going to wait until you got them all and then give her the results?
Yeah, right. I know. I'll tell you, the problem is, I'm in a golf course the other day, and in the middle of a putt, a friend of mine says, listen to this. He gives me the headline from my show. He says, I had both the twins, and both of them are the father. I'm going, my God, I've never done that. I've never had that one.
How the hell does that work?
How can you figure out which twin?
Right. Wow, because both twins
have the same DNA.
And they have the same DNA, so you wouldn't be able to tell. Wow, that is really a predicament.
I'm waiting for that one.
Maury, you'll solve it. Somehow you'll solve it. You always do. You're able to wrap shit up in an hour, and I love it.
Now, let me get this straight. Celine Dion was talking about let them touch
the plasma TVs. Let them touch the pants and the sneakers.
Can someone find that so we can play that for
Because
I don't want to play the whole clip.
They're poor and they don't have those things. They should at least be allowed to touch it.
Did they show Larry's reaction when she was saying that?
I think he was snoring at the time. Poor old Larry.
Oh, now. Don't mess with us old TV talk show types.
You seem to have a little more spunk than Larry King. A little more pep in your step there, Maury.
So, guys, how's XM? It's great, huh?
We
love it.
Fantastic.
Absolutely
no more
love
FCC.
I assume that there's nobody there's not a suit that can call you anymore.
We're not even in Washington is where all the bosses of XM are, so they put us up here. We don't even have a boss that tells us anything.
It's anarchy.
It's just a matter of time before we screw this up.
Maury, we leave right at 11 o'clock.
Boy, you got to really do something bad to mess this one up.
We've thought about that.
We got some ideas.
Have you had sex in a church? Call us.
What? You're still doing well? Everybody still loves you?
Yeah, the gang's all here. And,
we're rebuilding an audience every day. So
we're having a lot of fun.
Isn't that great? Kind of like a startup?
It's kind of fun to start over again.
It was kind of getting a little annoying on regular radio with the FCC and the bosses. Anything we came up, any new ideas we came up to do, they would strike down. Here, anything goes. And I
mean, it's kind of like, they called me when Fox was going to do a current affair again.
Right, you were the host.
I was saying, you can't do that. You just can't do that.
Wasn't that show for the time that it was the 80s?
Absolutely.
And
we had it in the beginning. We had it by ourselves, and the only the only competition we had was Entertainment Tonight, and that was just in the celebrity area, and they were too tame to kind
Yeah,
of
you
do
guys
what they were
took
doing.
it to the gutter. I mean,
yeah,
you took
right.
it to the street level.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was the
absolutely.
only show doing it at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Inside Edition came, and we knocked them down, and then Hard Copy. Then I left before Hard Copy. So we only had really one. In fact, the host of Inside Edition was Bill O'Reilly. That
Yeah,
was who
right.
was the host.
Yeah.
And we kind of competed against
And you
each
kicked
other.
his ass, didn't you, Maury?
Absolutely.
You saw the gleam in my eye. Didn't you?
Absolutely.
No. So he's okay. Anyway.
No, he's not.
But what happened was, see, Paramount is the smartest people in the world. What happened was, I was going along okay, but I was thinking about doing a talk show. Paramount, who owns Entertainment Tonight, says, we want to give you a talk show. I said, why? We think you're the greatest talk show host in the world. I said, well, I haven't done any talk nationwide yet. I've only done it locally. He says, no, we love that. We love that. Finds out later on, they just wanted me off of Current Affairs.
Get
That's all
out.
they wanted.
Yep.
They didn't know what kind of a talk show host
Of
I
course.
was. They just wanted me off the darn
Eliminate
show
the
that was beating them.
competition.
So they hire me to do a talk show, go off of Current Affair. Then that kind of thing goes down after a while. Maureen O'Boyle's there for a while, and then it kind of goes down.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Yeah.
She
We interviewed
followed
her
me.
back
Yeah,
in the
we talked
day.
to her.
She was a hottie.
What is she
Yeah, we
doing
liked
now?
her.
I think she's kind of retired up in New York State. She has
Yeah.
at least one child, I think.
Wow, she was really nice to us.
Yeah, Maureen's good.
The new host they got, awful.
Yeah,
Kim
we
that
didn't-
show is
yeah.
a disaster.
I don't
It's
know.
not. It's just in name a Current Affair.
I've
but
met
it's-
him.
It doesn't have the same
He
vibe.
seems like a nice guy, but
Yeah.
he has
They're doing a lot of crime. You see,
Yeah.
they figured that's the only area that those other shows, Extra and Access Hollywood, weren't doing were crime. So I think they jumped on a lot of crime stories.
You guys, I mean, you at the time you were hosting had things like the Buttafuoco thing.
yeah,
and,
Buttafuoco.
I mean,
Robert Chambers was the big one.
yeah, the preppy murder.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was just
Where we had the videotape
scandal.
of him tearing off the head of a doll at a slumber
Right.
party.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that.
I think it was the greatest thing. I said, we only bought it for like 10 grand. and at the time, in 1987, everybody's going, you paid $10,000. Meanwhile, about 8 years later with Joey, they paid like $500,000
Yeah.
for him.
That's
But
incredible.
none of the legitimate news organizations
Oh, yeah.
would touch stuff like that or get that in depth into the real down and dirty of the
Until, of course, we were successful.
Right.
And then all of television news changed.
and that kind of started the
and
whole
that was
thing
kind
rolling.
of like that predated like OJ and the whole thing. So then everybody there jumped on that because we had been popular with a lot of the
Whose idea was that then to come up with a show that's kind of
actually the guy who's come back, a guy named Peter Brennan. See, what happened was Rupert Murdoch. I mean, I'm anchoring the news for him when he buys Fox in Washington at the big station in Washington, there, Channel 5 in Washington, TTG. And he buys the old Metro Media stations, and he wants to start this show called A Current Affair, which had the same name in Australia. So he brings me, who's anchoring a news, to New York in 1986 as a summer experiment. And he says, well, we'll see if it works. I said, but I got your highest ratings of all your stations in Washington as an. Well, we'll find out whether. I said, wait a second. Can you try to tell me I'm coming to summer camp up here? And if it doesn't work out, I'm going back. Oh yeah, that's it. And by the way, I had just married my wife, and she was living in New York working for NBC, and I was in Washington, so we were commuting. So for the first time in our marriage, after a year and a half, we were going to live together here in New York. And he says, we'll find out whether your marriage will work. So I came here in '86 and have been held hostage ever since.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so he threw me together with these Aussies who had never been on American television, had never done anything on American television. So we had Peter Brannon, Ian Ray. We had brought Gordon Elliott, that crazy big guy, and Gordon was one of our reporters. We had Steve Dunleavy, another Australian who works for the New York Post. We had these wild, crazy guys and just sent everybody all over the country looking for these crazy stories. We had the X-rated sheriff in Kansas who was fired because he and his wife were filming them, videotaping themselves making love one day, and he took the rental video camera back to the store.
Right.
And
I remember that story now.
and
Sure.
left the tape in the
Left the
camera.
tape in it.
And it was all over town.
I remember that one.
The poor X-rated sheriff.
No one was getting stories like that.
No.
It had a very British tabloid feel to it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And no one was getting those stories. That's great. And well, your show now.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
just wild.
I cannot get enough of it. You slay me on a daily basis. Maury, where do you find?
We make fun of this all the time.
I want to be respectful.
Are you the radio version of South Park? Did you ever see their spoof on me?
Oh my God, it was fantastic. Yeah. Oh, did they nail you?
You know, all the disfigured kids, which we have on, which is very legit. They did the satire on me and the disfigured kids.
I don't know where you get some of these people. Now, they're horrible combine accidents, or are they birth defects, whatever they are. They flock to you like the modern-day Jesus, and you put them on.
Right.
And I see a bit. I got to call you out. I see a little bit. Well, let's take a show where it's like, don't stare.
Right.
I'm just a person, or I'm just. What was the title of that show?
Yeah, don't stare. I'm as good as you are.
Right. I'm normal. I'm a person. And what you do, instead of having maybe a few hundred people at most look at them on the street walking and staring every day, you have millions staring at them on television. Now,
wait a minute.
I'm defeat the purpose of the title, Mark.
I'm just trying to turn America's mindset around, you know?
Is that it? Humanize them a little?
Trying to show the public that these kids should be treated like everybody else.
So when you see them on the street, now you've seen them humanized.
Right.
On
and TV.
You won't be as mean or critical.
Exactly.
Well, then, God bless you, Maury Povich, because now I finally understand. I thought, silly, stupid me, I thought people were tuning in like it was P.T. Barnum pulling the curtain back. I
haven't thought about it that way.
Because, let me tell you something, Maury. When you put those little tiny children in your bookshelves...
The primordial dwarfs? Come on.
When you put the primordial
dwarfs... That's
dwarfs...
our favorite show ever.
And you had one hiding in your garbage can, Maury.
That's right.
I smelled a little
There
exploitation.
was one in my bookcase.
There was.
There was.
Where is she? She's in my drawer.
They're the cutest things in the world.
I bet they are, Maury.
You wouldn't bring one
In fact,
home with you, though.
we just taped one the other day.
Did you? How do you... You know something? I've been walking around this earth for quite some time. I've
never seen
a lot of things. I've never seen one of those. Where do you find them?
What country?
They just seem to find me.
He doesn't even want to say he's got a source.
Of course he's got a secret
He's got
source.
a little... It's like a hollow tree somewhere that only Maury knows.
Two people that are just drinking heavily all day, having sex.
No. What happens is you have one on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's a family who calls and says, I have one who's never seen anyone who looks like my child. I want my child to meet someone who has to go through what he does. So we get them together.
And you got some
unite
set
them.
Because I see you hugging and kissing, and it's very nice and all, but a lot of people on this planet would go, yee, ooh, and not embrace
somehow
people.
That's
just
not
works.
the case. It works.
And I know it really does, and I got to tell you, for how nasty and mean-spirited we are on this program, sometimes we tune in, and even we have to go, oh my God!
I cannot believe,
sad.
Anthony, that you would ever have that feeling.
I feel sad sometimes. I look up and
Anthony,
the girl's
I didn't think
crying.
there was that fiber in your body.
Neither did I. Maury has brought it out. I look and sometimes I well up a little bit and go, that's sweet. That poor kid, probably never out in public at all, and now Maury brings her out and gives her a kiss, and it's very sweet.
Maury, how did you survive? There were a lot of shows like yours on TV,
True.
and they all went away except you.
Well, I think what happened was, we got younger, strangely enough. First of all, you have to understand that talk show audiences during the day, for the most part, are older audiences. They're stay-at-home
Those
women
audiences are scary.
Yeah. And somehow
Really
we went, we have an average age under 40, which is unheard of. Most daytime audiences. And I think it's the themes. The paternity is just...
Well, that's a big one.
Unbelievable.
That's a big one. If you aren't parading around something that should be on the set of Mask, you are doing the paternity test.
Well, the funniest thing was,
I put that.
I know. I have all my golf buddies, see? So I have my golf buddies. One golf buddy says to me, he says, you won't believe what happened. I said, why? He says, well, I went over to the caddy shack. I like to hang around with the caddies, and they're watching your show in the caddy room. I said, yeah. He says, this is what I hear. One caddy saying to the other, anybody back home? ever accuse you of being the father of their baby? He says, oh, yeah. He said, they do? What do you do? He says, I tell them all the same thing. He says, what do you tell them? He says, I tell them I ain't the father till Maury tells me I'm the father. I said, I've arrived.
Now, you get some really distraught women. When that happens, and I see them, they run backstage.
Oh, yeah.
And the camera follows them, and then here comes Maury to console them.
But how about
one of my faves?
But how about when they do it the fifth time?
Yeah.
When they brought back the fifth guy. And
you just want to say sometimes, you're a little slut.
if you want to push a button for a segment, all you have to do is she's accusing a guy of being the father of her child, and the guy has a new girlfriend.
Right.
And all you have to do is bring the new girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And the two women go nuts.
Now there's
and
some
the guy
heat.
is in the middle saying nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And the women take over and they claw each other.
Do you get more guys that are or aren't the father? Have you noticed?
I'd say it's equal.
Equal?
Yeah, I'd say it's about equal. I've been surprised. The key for me is I never know.
You don't until it's
I
it's
never, ever know.
How accurate have you been? You got to make a guess in your head.
I'm about as accurate as I am on the show that we do with the beauty pageants. Are you a man or a woman?
Oh, yeah. Another great one.
I'm about as accurate as I am with them. I have no clue.
Have you made those mistakes too?
Oh, my God.
Jimmy's had a few mishaps
Jimmy,
over
right?
the years.
Yeah. Usually around, 1 or 2 in the morning?
Yeah, I've made a couple of
Set of your show in your Saturn.
Last girl at the bar? Oh, I know that.
Those are the shows you have to watch beginning to end. And the teases are great.
Yeah.
It's like, and now Stephanie comes out. Is Stephanie guy? We'll tell you after this. And you got to stick around.
And you know that the guys are better looking than the women. Right.
There have been times where I have watched and been fooled, yeah. And I pride myself on being able to pick them out.
And usually once during the show, they will have somebody who sings to me or entertains me. And now they're rubbing up, and I'm going, oh, God. What is going on? I just...
Feeling something on your thigh, Maury?
Yeah.
Jimmy, you want to tell Maury what happened to you?
Yeah, tell me, Jim.
I was lonely.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was out.
Jimmy could easily be on many of your shows, by the way, Maury.
I was out one time, and I saw a pretty girl, and she got in the car, and she was doing things for me.
In the car?
In the car.
Oh, you got to the car part.
Oh, yeah. We got way beyond that. We got into the here's the money and zip and park.
She's doing stuff.
Oh, he didn't go to a bar, Maury.
No.
Oh,
This
just
was
down
a
the street.
Streetwalker, yeah.
He drives around.
And I realized that
Block
she had a
after
big
block.
back for a girl.
Because he's rubbing her back because of the way she's positioned to earn her keep.
And it was like a tight, like almost like a suit shirt. Like, you know, those tight, sweaty back I could feel. And I just realized that was a guy.
You're in trouble.
Oh, jeez.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, I lost my rod. And
So,
it was fantastic up to that point. Believe me, really world
well,
class.
it's better to recognize it then.
No, better to recognize it after. You don't get your money back. What am I going to accuse him of bait and switch? I'll sue you for false advertising, fella. Get cut with a slash with a razor. I just had to leave and go home and pretend it never happened.
We have to go backwards a little bit. We got Paul on the line. You heard Paul and Denise.
Yeah.
That's how.
Oh,
this
you're
started.
kidding.
We got Paul.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, what's up, boys?
You're on with Maury Povich. I'm gonna be your agent today. I think we could get you on Maury's show.
Yeah, I heard. I got like 10 emails.
Hey, Paul.
Yes. How you doing, buddy?
I was in hysterics between exit 4 on the New Jersey Turnpike and exit 11 coming from Baltimore to New York.
Holy shit.
The
Which story did you like?
Well, it was just the what I was trying to figure out the whole time is she as devoted to you as she says she is?
Yes, I am.
Oh, she's on
my
too.
Lord.
I am.
Wow, Denise, you really are, huh?
Yes, I do. I put up a lot with him.
Yeah,
trust me.
but there's a lot of flirtatious behavior going on there, Denise.
Flirtatious.
No.
Flirtatious.
Huh?
I'm very open sexually, but when it comes to commitment, I'm very, very committed to him.
Well, how do we, how do we define commitment here?
A gun to a forehead, I'm thinking.
Exactly. There's been a few, a few things that have happened there.
Yeah, I mean, I heard
You
these.
want to know something? I mean, nobody knows the complete details of everything. Okay?
Oh, shit, there's more?
Yeah, there's more.
How many more Negroes are there?
That's not even funny. Trust me. I mean, if the world really knew what went behind the scenes and why I did some things that I did, you know what I mean?
No, not really.
Why she's done things? Oh, some things in your past, maybe?
Yeah, some things in my past with Paul.
What?
Before that, don't talk about that now.
Yeah, see?
Well, Paul has one of the greatest stories ever told on our show. Where,
Really?
yeah, he had sex with a girl that was paralyzed.
Oh,
that's true.
Back, so
Yeah.
What, Paul?
Oh, yeah. That the funny part, too. She almost
He
thought
had
she was
to
pregnant once.
he had to pick her up and do like a fireman's carry from the wheelchair to the bed, and then had sex with her. Yeah.
Yeah, they use the same equipment they used to get those fat people out of the houses in Brooklyn to get her up on the bed.
You're quite the catch there, Paul.
Hey, I can't say I ever did anything like that.
Well, you're on with.
I ever did walked.
Well, you guys are on.
Holy fuck!
You guys are on with Maury Povich.
Yeah, I was engrossed
Yeah, isn't
for
it?
7 exits on the Jersey
we
Turnpike.
have gotten so many comments about our show since we've been on that day.
Has anybody else tried to rape you in the bathroom?
No, they say please now.
I've had offers.
Great.
From every black guy at every Opie and Anthony meeting.
And Paul is such a just blatant racist. I don't know how this relationship works, but it does,
Do you
Maury.
see a connection? My wife was raped by black people, and I hate the blacks. Do you see the connection?
Oh,
Why do you hate the blacks?
Yeah.
I didn't get anything out of that during that show.
no, you don't get it during the show. You get it when he's having lunch with you at a diner somewhere. Then he just spouts off, and you're sitting there going, oh, my God, I can't sit with this guy.
Yeah, that's actually true. My best friend at work is black. I try all my material out on him.
He's the worst.
No, I'm an equal opportunity racist. If you want to joke about the British, I'll join in and joke with you. I don't give a shit.
We were sitting there playing cards down in Atlantic City, and I was hoping I wasn't going to get a flush because it was a spade flush, and I didn't want to hear him go off about it. I was like, I'll lose the pot. I don't care. Please, make it a heart.
Oh,
He is so embarrassing. The way he is on the show, the way he is out, I mean, that's him.
Yeah, we know
He's
that.
too
That is
loud.
him.
Yeah, Andy, actually, I have a suggestion for a new Photoshop for you. I'm thinking a cross between Pulp Fiction and New Orleans. The Welcome to New Orleans sign, and underneath Dead Nigga.
Oh,
All right.
Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
He never knows where to leave it alone.
Never.
He's no filter Paul.
Let's say hi to Sports Girl from Whackbag. Sports Girl.
Hey there. I just have to say this is like the best hour of radio I've ever heard. Maury, you are
Maury.
a genius. A genius.
Thank you.
Maury is the best.
But,
The
what?
best is the baby daddy stories where he brings the girl back for the third and fourth time.
Oh, yeah.
With the fifth guy.
Yeah, I think my record is 12.
Well,
One time I said to a woman, I said, I don't know much about the female reproductive situation here, but aren't we talking about a 2-day period? And
right.
Isn't about, that period of being able to get pregnant is about 2 days. And we can't figure out who you were with after 12
In a 2-day period.
in a 2-day period.
Wow.
That's still barely leaving time to eat. That really is.
All right, Sports Girl.
You ever do a
filling it
show
Something out.
or bring somebody on, and afterwards you're like, oh, Jesus, I really wish I hadn't done that one.
No.
I love the honesty,
There's
man.
probably a shower in his office. It takes care of everything. Just wash it off, Maury.
What happens to these people after the taping's over?
Well, a lot of them. No, but I'll tell you, one of the good things that our audience is like, we update all these stories.
Yeah, I know. That's
we
another
update
good
the
thing. Yep,
cheating
yep.
stories, when they run off and the guy slept with over 100 women. I'll never take him back. And 6 months later, they're back.
Back
They're
again.
still together.
Yeah. You know what some of my favorites are also? The big fat babies.
Oh, yeah.
When Maury brings out the 100-pound
3-year-old.
3-year-old.
Right.
But the buffet table, that's just
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
reach.
Now, it's not just bringing the kid.
You're the worst,
There's
Maury.
food on the set.
Well,
And they let the kid, dig his hands into cake.
I debated
And he's
about
only wearing a diaper when he walks out.
I debated about that.
You
And
did.
so what happened was, to soothe my conscience, I asked the mother, so is this what he has at home?
Right.
And she says, oh, yeah. I said, okay. Bring
All
it
right.
on.
Finally, we're not doing anything different than she does at home. And yeah, instead of just dressing the kid, they put him in like a loincloth, just like a little diaper, so you can see every fold.
That's a bit much.
In their little skin.
I talked to my producers about that.
You have, huh?
And then I went to the mother, and the mother said, "That's what they wear at home."
Now I've seen you make attempts to try to get the kid some medical help.
Oh yeah, we did that.
And see that, but then on the update shows they come back
bigger.
and they're bigger.
Yeah, I know.
What happens to the help?
Bad doctors. I don't know.
Yeah, what kind of doctors are you getting, Maury? Get them off of the back of matchbooks. That's where they get their diplomas. Be a doctor.
Let's Stalker Patty have
my
something?
favorites.
Stalker Patty.
Hi, I got a new show idea.
What's that?
I'm over 40 and still a virgin.
Now that's topical because it's in the movies
The
now.
movies.
40-year-old virgin. Patty is 50 years old.
Yeah.
And she is a virgin.
She's
Not
a virgin.
technically.
How
She
close,
is literally
how
a
close
virgin.
did she?
She's had Ron Jeremy's hand down her pants. She's
of
had
us.
her hand down Ron Jeremy's pants. She's had her breast felt by Jimmy Norton.
I was the first one ever touching.
She's been naked with a Krusty the Clown mask on in this studio. But as far as sexual intercourse, she is a virgin. And she's never done oral or any of that stuff. She is really...
Was this because there's no desire, or?
No, she wants to. She was brought up with... she was
Waiting for
adopted by this strict Catholic family.
Waiting for her prince charming.
Prince Charming, stop.
it's-
You're 50.
Yeah, she's a foundling.
Yeah, she was dropped off as an infant in a diner by
Do
her
you
mother.
think there would be more? Is this a single guest show, or do you think there are more like you?
I don't know. Maybe
I think it's a
there
great
are.
show.
Maybe
I
you'll
think it's a
lose
great
their
show
virginity
idea.
show. You can
No,
hook
but-
her up with another older virgin.
A 40-year-old virgin is a great idea.
Yeah.
And
Find a
she's,
virgin.
she's 50, and she wants to fall in love with some guy, and she says she's saving herself. And then
But-
Or you could put her on the show.
So
My
one
teeth
of-
look like mini chiclets, but I'm a human being.
Hey, for 50 years old, I'm a knockout when you compare me to other women my age.
That is true.
she's got a nice, I don't know. I don't know. She's-
At least I
You
have-
should lose your virginity on Maury's show. He can get like the offensive line from the Giants and say, pick one.
Maury, would you do a show
I like
on
your
virgins?
imagery, Jim.
Yeah, like you're thinking.
I think you should do a show on virgins.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, guys. I will take that back to the office this morning.
There you go.
And if you need Stalker Patty, give us a call. We'll give you Stalker Patty.
Okay.
And of course, Maury, the progeria kids.
Oh yeah,
The progeria kids, when you bring them out
Right.
with their little Yankee hats
Come on now.
Just adorable, aren't
such a
they?
liar,
The
Anthony.
cutest little. I always comment
Why,
about
because
how adorable they are.
Somebody gains 5 years of age in a month. You don't like that?
I think they're the cutest little things that ever walked off a UFO. It's
Anthony.
sorry, Maury.
Now, come on, Anthony.
Okay, I apologize.
These are kids.
Maury.
These
I
are kids who
understand.
have, they're not gonna live that long.
I know. I
Be
hear them
easy.
on the show.
You have to
Easy.
give him a skateboard.
Well, Maury, I'm an ordinary kid inside, and I like to skateboard. And
It's wonderful. Their cute little voices.
I think I stayed 5 minutes too long.
Oh no, Maury! Come on. No, I understand.
We're trying to see where your line is.
I
That's all.
feel, you know something? I've never been more educated about people and certain afflictions like that than I have
You
from
would
your
have never
show.
known about it, would you?
Never would have known about it. And there are times, I'm honest with it, that I do watch and go, oh, I can't even goof on that. But Maury's right there giving support.
There you go.
And he looks
You
at
know,
his
you talked
watch
about this-
and, all right, Maury.
You were talking
we'll
about
move
the
on.
South Park thing, so the
Yeah.
South Park satire, and they did all of that. I mean, they just jumped on me so bad. So I called them and afterwards, and they wouldn't answer the phone.
Are you kidding?
they wouldn't. They were scared. They thought I was
Of
going to
course.
sue them or something like that. So I finally got somebody to answer the phone. Then I said, "This is Maury Povich." Yeah. Oh, Maury. Yeah. Wait, is it okay? I said, "Look, all I want to know is." How can I buy those original cartoon cells that appeared on the show? And I've got 5 of them now
You
in my
do?
office. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty
Wow.
cool.
The truth of the matter is, I see it as.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'll find a cell.
Oh my God.
I'll give it to you. You put it on your auction.
And we auction it.
That's right. He listens to our show.
That would
man.
be huge.
We're-
That'd be huge.
Yeah, I'll find one.
We're actually doing a good thing. The Opie and Anthony auction for the
Yeah, I'll
victims
send
of
one
Hurricane
over.
Katrina.
You'll have an original cartoon cell from the
That's
South Park.
huge.
Classic.
Yeah.
You got to sign
Half
it.
hour of me.
I'm going to bid
Yep.
on that. I want that.
Yeah, I'll bid on that. Dan.
We're all going to bid on it, Maury.
Okay.
I'll send it over today.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to autograph it.
Now, can I get out of here?
Yes,
Well, we
Maury.
got some. All right.
What do you got?
Can't have girls.
Oh,
coming in when Maury's here. He's a married man.
They're not going to strip on me, are they?
No, Maury. We wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to get Maury in trouble. And as I see it, Maury has got a great sense of humor about a lot of things and stuff, but he honestly does give a shit about the people that are on his show, and I do respect.
Well, we can find the topics for your show. I'm telling you.
No, I'm telling you, I'm
We're
taking
really
the
good at
Virgin
this.
show. I love the Virgin.
Yeah, that is
We're
a
really
good
good
one.
at this type of thing.
I'll give you
Patty's
full
pretty good.
credit.
Patty's pretty good. She'd work out
Patty,
fine on that
yeah,
program.
she's done a little TV too. She's become a star in her own right. It's a little nuts.
Something tells me that girl isn't a real nurse.
You got nurses
There's
out
a girl
there?
in a nurse
Well,
uniform, but I think
one of
nurse
the
is
nurse
made out of
uniforms.
Maury,
I see.
Maury, before you leave, let me explain. Jim Norton, he's been with us, and he'll continue to be with us, but he's flying out to L.A. to film a HBO series.
Really?
Shoot an HBO series. So he leaves tomorrow.
Like a comedy series or a...
It's the first live audience sitcom they've done, and we start shooting, I think it's Monday we do the first table read, so I got to go out tomorrow. And I'm
Well, this is big.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's big
I
for
hope.
Jimmy. And it's big
So-
for the show, too, because we're going to follow his
This is like a
progress.
Def Jam or something else?
No,
No,
it's actually
no,
a sitcom.
a
It's-
sitcom.
Oh, it's a sitcom.
Yeah. A guy named Louis C.K. It's his show, and I'm like one of the characters on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I watch everything they have.
Yeah, they're great. They usually make great products.
By the way, talking about that stuff, have you guys watched Barbershop? Very good. Showtime.
Yeah?
Very good.
You watched
Weeds?
all the
Have you
original
watched
programming?
Weeds?
I
I've watched that. I'm watching
I'm
Rome.
hearing Weeds is
Rome is great.
Yeah.
I'm
Much
Entourage.
Entourage.
I'm an
very
Entourage
good.
guy.
Very good.
Rescue Me, I'm watching.
The guy must be as thin as a stick. The
main
movie
actor?
star. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a head on a stick.
I love that show, Entourage.
Entourage is good.
And I'm going to start watching Weeds because everyone's starting to talk
Weeds
about
is
that
good.
show.
Weeds is good.
Yeah.
She's good, Mary Louise Parker.
Right on.
I like all that stuff. See, now...
Did you see the Lisa Kudrow show?
Oh, yeah.
That
Come
she's
back.
got on there? How uncomfortable is she on that show? It's hysterical. It's really good.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like the sitcom queen comes back to do a show. It's Lisa.
Yeah. It's very good. It really it's saying a lot about network television. A lot of people are going over to cable and watching these series because they're more real life. They're more honest in their language and the topics they can cover.
And they're all now bulked up between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm TiVoing everything. I mean,
I
it's
know.
crazy.
If you don't have a TiVo or DVR with your cable, you're
Right.
sunk because there's so many things on. We have things that record, and we're watching something, and all of a sudden it'll bing come up and go, something's going to start recording. So now you can't watch what you were watching. You got to start
I've got that
doing,
one that's built in, probably like you in the Time Warner box.
You have to start doing
on the DVR.
And you can do two. But you got to be watching one.
Watching, so you're like,
you can't watch a third and tape two.
You
can
do
tape
programming
two, but you-
triage in your house. You're like, what's more important? This show's gotta die. It's a
Good
pain in the
line.
ass.
Good line,
I need
Anthony.
5 of those
Triage.
things.
That's right, cable triage.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that show didn't make it.
I've got to make a choice.
Maury, you got to come back.
Maury,
All right,
always
guys.
a
Good
pleasure to
night.
have you on, man.
we
Love the
just-
show.
I think we just met Maury for the first time just before we blew ourselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can have a nice relationship here. We'll
Good.
promote
Yep,
your
absolutely.
show.
I'll come back.
So the new season,
We're starting
It's
this,
already
this
happened,
week.
right?
Started this week. It's fine.
Right.
I mean, we're doing everything. And everybody said to me, well, how come you don't get the credit and attention that you should deserve if you're the third-rated talk show in the country? I said, well, all those people think that they're so, that they're highbrow and we're lowbrow. I said, but I look on cable television, see all those news channels, see everybody screaming and yelling except for hurricanes. I said, I think my brows are about as high as they are.
Bravo.
Who's ahead of you? Who are the only two ahead of you?
Probably
Oprah and Dr. Phil.
Jesus.
That Dr. Phil,
You're in
what
good
the hell
company.
happened there? Oprah brings him on
Right.
as a guest. All of a sudden, anything.
And
Oprah
I don't think they
touches-
like each other anymore. And
No,
I think she
probably
owns
not.
him in terms of
Oh, yeah.
ownership.
I can't
She's making
stand
some
Dr.
cake
Phil.
off of that.
I don't watch
Can't
it.
watch Dr. Phil. Oprah, I'll take a peek every once in a while. She does a good job. I will.
Jesus.
I'll
You
take a
put your
peek.
skirt on and watch a little
I
Oprah?
said I'll take a peek.
You
It's
like
not
her-
like I'm like sitting there every afternoon with tea.
Book of the month club? Do you
Yeah.
belong to?
Ooh, what does Oprah recommend this month?
I said I'll take a peek. That's all.
In between curling up with a Judy Blume novel, you sit there and watch Oprah.
But Dr. Phil gives no advice, really.
Right, Oprah.
What?
Bye, guys.
No,
See ya.
Maury.
Gone.
Maury.
I gotta go. I gotta tape.
Thanks. He's got a tape a
Paternity
show.
updates. I got paternity updates today.
Hey, if I send a picture of us to your office, will you sign it for me?
Sure.
I have a picture of us from last time.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Maury, thanks
good
so
luck,
much, man.
Jim.
Thanks, Maury.
I want to see it. I want it to be so good I can TiVo it.
Well, what you can see, he did an HBO half-hour comedy special. It's going to be October 21st on HBO.
Yeah, there you go.
You're big, Jim.
I'm a nobody, but I'm hopefully by the end of October it'll be moving along.
He's
That's
becoming
the way it
bigger
happens.
by the day, Maury. He's becoming huge right in front of our eyes. So there you have
Okay,
it.
guys, bring in the nurses.
All right,
Maury, thanks,
Maury
man.
Povich, everyone.
Thank you.